awesome team. I think they could play against anybody. They just have no defense, nothing, no defense whatsoever. So the Saints, if they had a defense, they would be in the Super Bowl, and they would win the Super Bowl. Nobody would be able to beat them. And how do you feel about that, Brooke? I mean, Nikona. Sorry. I'm in one of those moods again. I mean, my cherry Pepsi's getting cold. My cherry Pepsi's getting cold. My cherry Pepsi's getting warm.
Ike, what are we going to do with you?
I know. I have so much on my mind. I was trying to tell Brooke I have so much on my mind, and I try to pour it all out on her, and I feel so bad. But she listens, and she's so awesome. Oh, I want to give a shout-out to Brooke. Brooke has been podcasting every day for the last 2 weeks. She is so awesome. The only day she didn't podcast was Wednesday, which is the lounge. But she has been on podcasting for 2 weeks straight. So everybody, all the podcast family member, give her a really big shout out if you can, if you're available. Give her a hug. She really needs it. Let her know that how much you care for her, because we love her and we care about her, and she's doing everything she can for us. Even though, is Chris here with us? Hey, Chris, he's back. Let her know that you care for her, because behind the scenes, you don't know how much work she does for us. She does a lot of work for us behind the scenes. So make sure next time you talk to her, just say hi and thank you. And, we appreciate everything you're doing. I do, Brooke. I do. I really do. Sorry I dump all my problems on you. But things are getting better.
Like, you need to slow down.
What's that? I know she gets mad at me because I have 100,000 ideas. And I gotta focus on one or two, to get us
one at a time.
Yeah, that's why I said it's one day at a time.
All wasn't built in a day, Ike.
I know, but it's my patience. I want it right now. I want to go right now. I want to have everything right now. And like I said, not meanly, but it's kind of a slap in the face. Like we had to start over because we were already way advanced, and we had what we needed, and we started over, which is a good thing. So we're starting from scratch, and we're starting from scratch, and it's a good thing because we get to build all our own fans. So it is a good thing. It's not like we the other computer stopped. Okay, there we go. The other computer's back on. It's not like we're taking somebody's fans, because we're building our own fans. So that's what the good thing is about all this. So once again, thank you, Chris, for being on tonight. Thank you, Denise, Nikona, of course, thank you. And then, like I said, of course, we want to thank Brooke Bigley. But we got to get into the Broncos. It's time. It's time to get into the Broncos. I'm trying to get some more listeners in here. I just sent out another message saying that we're live. Nikona, I want you to start I want you to tell me where you think our weakness was tonight.
The penalties.
The penalties, the
holding penalties.
The holding penalties. So we're going back to the line.
Negating first down.
What's that?
Negating first down. That's the most irritating thing in the world. 2 holding penalties and negated first down. And
one was on Booker. Booker had like a 12-yard run, and they brought it back.
Yeah.
So
I hate to say it, but one was on Russell Okung, and I like him, but penalties are killing us, and that happened last week with San Diego. It happened the week before with Atlanta.
And from what I understand, he's ranked out at a 79 as a left tackle, and that is about top 5 as a left tackle. So it's actually pretty good that he's ranking out at that high, So hopefully he could get some things together. I think that was. What do you have? 1 penalty and 1 false start? Is that what he had tonight?
Let me look just to make sure. Okay, so combined, the team had 7 penalties for 8 yards. Or, excuse me, 83 yards.
Okay.
Offensive holding twice on Russell Okung.
Twice? Excuse me.
Yep.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once on Creeder, once on Schofield, and then defensive offside on Cushing. Unnecessary roughness on Davis. Offensive holding on Clark. Offensive holding on Allen. Defensive holding on Cortez Jr. Defensive pass interference, TJ Ward. Defensive offside to keep to leave. And false start on Stevenson.
The thing, I have to put some of those holding calls on our quarterback, Trevor Siemian. The reason why is because, yes, we had a legend playing here last year that would never have got those holding calls last year because he knew how to rearrange the line and set them up so they wouldn't get those holding calls. Peyton Manning was a master at reassigning players for the block, for the blitz, for the wedge, for the counters, for everything that they did. He was a master at it. So he knew before the ball was even snapped how to change all that. So tonight, some of that was on Trevor Siemian. Those are things he has to learn. He has to learn how to figure out to pick up those coverages, because some of those coverages, the results from them penalties like holding or offsides or any of that, it's a result on him because he's not visually preparing himself to set that up. If that makes sense to you. If that's
absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not that I'm dogging Trevor Siemian. I'm very proud of him tonight. I'm very proud that he was healthy, because I was so upset that the Broncos even played him against San Diego, because he could have took a hit and been injured for the whole season and been out for the whole season. And we need Trevor Siemian if we want to go on a Super Bowl run. Yeah, I wanted to see Paxton Lynch, and I got that. And I still think Paxton Lynch is the future, but I still think that Trevor Siemian could take us on that Super Bowl run. And if he does get hurt, I think that Paxton Lynch is obviously going to be ready to come and fill in. And I don't know if Brooke has told you this about Trevor Siemian, and we'll talk more about it later because it's kind of embarrassing on my end. Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay, we'll talk. I thought she may have told you. So we'll get over to my segment of why I think that where I see the problem with the Broncos is. Okay, and it's not your defensive tackles. It's not your 5 techniques. Sylvester Williams kind of limped off, they said. I don't know if he came back. Lots of confusion tonight by offense or defense. That's what Denise is.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it was offense.
Or defense. I'm just going to write it on there real quick. If I can even spell, I can't even spell right now. Offense or defense. Anyway, so here's my thing. The 5 technique, Sylvester Williams went off. I don't know if he's okay. We have to check the scouting report and see if he's going to be okay, because he is playing. He is really good. And then you have so here's my big problem. They're blaming it on the 5 techniques, the down linemen. They're blaming it on Coldis. They're blaming it on Wolf. They're blaming it on all them guys about the run, about them being able to run up the middle. Okay, so it's really not them. The way I see it is the way they run a 3-4 offense, but it's really almost like a dime package because you have so many corners and safeties out there playing man to man. So there's really not in that 4-3 defense. You're supposed to have 4 linebackers out there. You really don't have it. So basically, you have the 3 down linemen, and then you have a bunch of guys running around playing safety and corner. And they're blaming it on Wolf, which Wolf is playing awesome. Codis is playing awesome. Sylvester Williams is playing awesome, I think, personally. The problem is they have Todd Davis and Brandon Marshall, who they say should be stopping that up the middle run, but then they got them out there covering on a wide receiver. So when you see a running back break for 10 yards or something, watch next time where Brandon Marshall or Todd Davis is. They're either to the left or to the right covering a wide receiver. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I lost you. I've been having problems with that. So that's where my problem is. Besides that, I think that you're right on the offensive line. Everybody's right. That's a big concern. But my main concern is, especially if we're going to go on a Super Bowl run, is for Wade Phillips to figure out how to get a sort of like a spy linebacker to clog that middle, because right now we don't have it. I can go back over the tape right now, and I'm going to begin the new tape tomorrow. I get my new package of the new tape that I go over, and I could point it out. Even with the tape I have now, I could see it. You had Todd Davis and you have Brandon Marshall 20 yards downfield. If they're 20 yards downfield, how are they going to stop the run? Could somebody please tell me that?
Exactly. No, you're right.
There's no way for them to. I don't know. Denise wrote. Denise, I couldn't understand what you wrote. Could you rewrite that? I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
They use timeouts in crappy places, I think is what she was saying.
Oh, okay.
Like in the second half, clock management was horrible.
Okay, so we got our bad part of the segments out. So we're gonna go into a quick song. When we come back, we're gonna give us all the good stuff, and then I'm gonna give you a real it's 10 top fantasy players. It takes 2 minutes, and then we're out for the night. Unless you have anything else you want to add. So I wanted to get the bad out first, and then the good, because okay, so we know defensively where we're struggling. And we know offensively where we're struggling. So let's go into a real quick song, and then when we come back, we can... excuse me, I'm sorry. We could talk about the good stuff. That's all we want to talk about is the good stuff and how great our Broncos are, right?
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to play a real quick old school song for everybody, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about the great stuff, wrap it up with our last segment of the fantasy, and then we're out for the night. So hold on just a second. Thank you, Nikki. You're doing an awesome job tonight. I just wish you would talk more like you do on Scream Theater.
You won't be crazy like I am on Scream Theater.
You talk like the whole show, and then when you're on sports now, you don't want to talk. I'm like, what's the heck's going on here?
I still talk, but I told you I don't talk as much as you do.
I know, I talk. When it comes, remember I used to do all my sports shows alone, and I would talk with no music, I would talk for 2 hours straight.
And you talk to yourself, everybody.
I would talk to myself, but I would have so many listeners. I would have thousands of listeners listening to me talk to myself.
That's why they were listening.
I know. Hold on just a second. We'll be right back with the IKE DIAZ and Nikona Miller Sports Podcast on what, Nikki?
Live on KBOP.
Awesome. Sounds good, right? We'll be right back with you.
Take the ride, there's a party over there that ain't no job. It's live, it's all the way live. Don't even have to walk, don't even have to drive. Just slide, slip lickety slide. Just forget about the troubles and your 9 to 5 and just sail on. That's what you do. Just sail on.